Today we talk to world-famous Ocean Yachtsman and Multi-Hull Central customer Mike Golding about his exciting plans to sail his newly purchased Outremer 51 from our base in New Zealand back to Europe, conducting research for citizen science and seakeepers. Multi-Hull Central's Northlands-based broker Jason Brosnahan has the story.
Hi, I'm Jason, Multi-Hull Central, New Zealand. We're here this beautiful autumn morning, the banks of the Whangarei River at Port Nikau, Marina. We're going to go down and have a chat with Mike Golding, OBE.
Hi there, my name is Mike Golding and I'm here with our new purchase from Multi-Hull Central, now Traverse, formerly Tartine, and it's an Outremer 51. I found it. I'd been looking for boats for many years and scouring the websites, and I suddenly spotted two boats down here in New Zealand and thought I'd take the trip out and go and have a look. And was very fortunate. I was met here by Jason and Multi-Hull Central, and they took me around the boat, and I immediately saw it was going to be a great boat. And it's only then we developed our passage plan, because originally we'd planned to sail across the Pacific, but then as we were already here in New Zealand, we developed another plan to return the boat back to Europe via the Indian Ocean, but also going through all the islands that we can reach easily from here in Whangarei in New Zealand, heading up to Fiji, then on to Vanuatu, and then New Caledonia, through the Darwin Straits, up to the Indonesian islands, across the Suvah Sea, and stopping at many islands till we get to Bali, and then we strike out across the Indian Ocean, heading for Christmas Island and Cocos Keeling, Mauritius, Reunion, South Africa, and around Cape of Good Hope to Cape Town. Our plan developed from that, and it developed from the fact the boat was here in Whangarei. It wasn't the original plan. We planned to buy something in the Atlantic area and come through, but this plan actually had some real appeal, and from that, having that base plan, we then began talking with several agencies, including Seakeepers International, who is predominantly an American organisation, but opened what they call a UK chapter. And so we got in touch with them, and they have introduced us, if you like, to several science projects, including NOC, which is the National Oceanography Centre in the UK, which we're doing some research on microplastics from on board. So we're collecting samples. Those samples are shipped back to NOC, and they look at different parts of the world where we're travelling, areas they don't normally get samples from, and they can assess the progression of microplastics in the oceans.
Firstly, I'll say we're really excited to be able to get the samples that the Goldings will collect, because these are samples that we would never be able to collect ourselves as researchers. They're going to areas that are really inaccessible for research vessels, so for us this is fantastic.
But we're also doing other stuff, so we're working with citizens of the sea, looking at DNA data along our track on our way to Fiji. When we get to Fiji, we're doing 3 to 7 days with Fijian scientists, all arranged, all coordinated by seakeepers. We're working with some citizen science projects in Fiji, and we have some Fijian scientists joining us to do a survey of manta rays, and we're hoping to be snorkeling with manta rays. We're doing drone surveys, we're doing observations. So it's a big project, and to do that, my wife Andrea and I are joined by Will Egan and Will Jarman, two young lads that ironically grew up in our own village in Wasatch, and we're out here in New Zealand on the gap year. So they've broken their gap year to do a different kind of gap year. And then later on, my son, who's just finishing a degree in biomedicine at Plymouth, is going to be joining us from Darwin onwards across the Indian Ocean. So it's kind of a big family adventure, something we talked about for a long time, and we're really excited that today we're actually going to be leaving from Ryan on the first step of our journey up to Fiji.
Stay tuned as we follow Mike around the globe and provide updates on his adventures in future videos. As Mike discovered, New Zealand is a great location to launch your adventures into the Pacific. If you're interested in buying or selling an Outremer or other catamaran for that matter, click on the link to learn more.